Alright, so in this video we're gonna add the tagging part as I mentioned in the last video. So I copied this example 9 as example 10, and also in this Flask environment I've changed that to pointing to example 10. Right, so I'm gonna launch this, and you will see that it's exactly the same as we see for example 9. And from there, and basically for this one I'm gonna only work on the JavaScript part to add the components here for adding the theme and the keywords as an example. Okay, so so mainly we're gonna only working we're gonna be only working on this JavaScript inside this make element part. Okay, so previously we already have these contents here, and now what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna split the whole body part into two sections. The first section I'm gonna have a box, and I'm gonna call that a view box, and basically that one is to view the text. Then side by side on the right I'm gonna have another box called a text tag box, and that one is to manage the themes and keywords. Well, so the first is that in addition to the current settings, I'm going to wrap all the current contents with a box called a view box. And I'm going to put the existing things within this view box. Okay, so by doing that, first I'm going to append in this body, I'm going to append a div, right? And I'm going to have this, I have a border for it to illustrate. And for the rest of the part, I'm just gonna replace this selected body with this view box, so that all of these the following contents will be added in this view box. I'm just gonna replace that. All the rest of the things are the same. It's just that I have added. Alright, yeah. So let's just go back and see how it looks like. And because this is the JavaScript, I don't have to launch the Python project. This is Control F5 to view the changes. Yes, so there is now a box, and this is actually the view box and containing all the existing stuff. So the next is that I'm gonna make a tag box, okay, side by side with this, okay. So again, I'm gonna have a border for this box so as to view how it looks like. And now, because I don't set a minimum height without any contents, so it is like this. But I can easily change that by adding the stuff, right? So the next is that inside, the first is I'm going to add a group of components with an input field with the button to input the theme. So I'm gonna add it here. So these are basically the things to add an input form and then add a button for adding the theme. So currently I'm not going to do much things about this input theme, but I did assign an action to it. I said that if that button is clicked, then you're going to add the theme. So I can later, so I can put the action here. I'm going to say that okay, so if that button is hit, then just go ahead and display. So find what is the theme that has been input, and then in the console log display that theme. Okay, so this part is for adding a theme, but I'm also thinking about that probably you need to delete a theme, right? So I have this part where just to delete the theme. So now it looks like, you know, I have two input box. One is to add a theme, the other is to delete the theme. And again, for this delete theme, I have assigned an action, a function. And this one is a little bit more because I added a confirm uh, mechanism. So it has to confirm that you have to delete that, right? So going back, I'm going to refresh it. And now for this delete, for example, I have this adherent theme. I want to delete it. So it's going to highlight that you have to confirm. So if you hit cancel, nothing's going to happen. But if you hit OK, then that theme will be deleted. These are the sort of the actions I'm going to take for this delete button. So the same concept, I'm going to have some components to delete keywords. So this is for deleting keywords. Okay. So this one is a little bit more complicated because for deleting a keyword, first I have to identify which theme that keyword belongs to. And second is I have to identify the keyword and then delete it, right? So again, I'm going to have to have a function to define what actions I'm going to take after this. So this should be delete, and this should be delete keyword. Okay, so then I'm going to go back, and then now I have more components in this area. I have this add, delete, and then it's the same that I can say adherence, and then let's say that you have a keyword 1 and you want to delete that, then you just hit that and it's going to confirm that you want to delete a keyword of this theme. If you said yes, then it's going to be deleted, otherwise it won't be deleted. Okay, so these are the parts for for managing the themes and keywords. All right, so the next thing is that I'm going to make a table. That table is to list the current themes and keywords that are available. All right, so for the time being, I don't have any data, so I'm just going to have some dummy data and put it in hard code. But later, in probably the next example, I'm going to put these data in the back end and have interactions, using this front end. All right, so for that the table part, I think it is better that I can split that table part from these keyword management parts. So the first thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to add another box, another div here, which is to separate that from the above contents. Okay, so for that one, again, so let's set the border as 1 just to illustrate how it looks like. So you now see that there is a box here. And then I'm going to inject contents into it. The first thing I'm going to do is to have a label. All right, so the label basically says that the following section is for themes and keywords. Okay, that will be the label here. And after that, I'm going to append a table. So this part, the next part is to have a table. So I'm going to have a table. So specifically, I said that you should collapse the borders, which means that between the cells, you don't have space between the borders. So there is no borders. Okay, so this will be the table. So in that case, because there is no table rows, there is no cells, so TD, so it is not going to be displayed. So the next is that I'm going to add a row to indicate the theme, the theme. So for example, we have this theme 1, and I'm going to add this line to indicate the theme 1. Okay, so you will see that there will be a row of theme 1, and then after that, I'm going to add in the keywords. I'm just going to imagine that I have some keywords. For example, now I have the keywords like keyword 1, 2, 3. So I'm just going to add that into this cell or this TD. All right, so it will be the same concept, and later we have data. For example, we have multiple themes. We have 3 themes. in which each is going to have different keywords. Then we can bring the data from using Python from the backend to this page, and then render that into this page using the data we have. All right, so basically that's how it is done. I think that's it for this video. All right.